I'm Stu Stone.
And I'm Jamie Kennedy.
And this is Magnetic.
Mag.com. Jamie Kennedy and Stu Stone back together, taking over the music world again.
Has the world really missed us?
I think they've missed us.
Swing it around. So you don't pop rocks.
Shooting the music video for A Kid on Christmas with my partner in crime, Jamie Kennedy. I am Stu Stone. Stu Stone, another Jewish entertainer doing a Christmas song.
Mark it. Okay. Explain to us, who are you for this video and what kind of role you're playing?
I'm the Grinch.
Destroy that.
Do you remember the last person who played the Grinch?
Jim Carrey?
Yeah.
And are you trying to make a Son of the Mask reference?
Mommy.
You said mama. Well, can you say dad? Mother.
I like the movie. It's one of those movies that is gaining a cult, fame. As more people see it on DVD, it's good for the little screen. You know?
Stream. It's good for the little. This guy's full of smacks. It's good for the little screen. your iPod Nano.
We were talking over the summer. I had put out my album, and I sent it to Jamie right before I put it out. And I didn't even tell him I was doing an album, really. I just kind of sent him the album and was like, yo, before I put this out, I would love for you to hear it. And he heard the album, and he loved it. And, that meant a lot to me, obviously. And it kind of like maybe, I'm not speaking on behalf of you, but I think it kind of got his creative juices flowing again, like, yo, I want to do this again.
It's to rap.
I'm sitting. I haven't rapped in a while, and my agents and managers are like, "Grow up. You're 40 now. Like, just keep acting and stuff." But like, I see people that are 47 doing shit that's funny. And actually, he gave me the song, and as I was doing that, I was smoking a hookah with Ilya, who's here, who's directing this video. And Ilya was the first AD of my movie that I did in Armenia, and it was over the summer. I spent the whole summer in Armenia, and he's like, "When are you gonna rap again?" And we used to sit at these cafes, and I'm like, what do you mean? Why am I going to rap? He's like, yeah, your shit was good. And he had it, and he's an Israeli kid. And in all these hookah places, there's tons of TVs in Armenia, and they're couches, and they just play tons of rap videos. And he's like, yeah, at least you'll blow up in Armenia. So I was like...
Armenia, if you're watching, we are ready to take over.
We have this new kid that's doing the song with us. His name is Optimus Rock. And he's like, it's Skrillex and Dead Mao and who else? Cascade all got together
and just fucked and had a baby.
Obviously, we're big fans of those guys, and he did the track along with Stewart on this. So I always loved this type of music, and now Stu started getting into more. I don't even know what you want to call it: dubstep, electronic, a house trip, whatever. You know what I mean? And so that's how he started. And he's like, I'm going to write this song. I want you to rap on it.
I was like, yo, let's do a Christmas song. And at first we were going to do just like a regular Christmas song, like an homage to like Run DMC or, even George Michael, Wham, because we're both big Wham fans. We wanted to do like a Christmas song. But then once we got with Optimus Rock and the beat kind of went from being a straight hip-hop song into this crazy dance electronic thing, it changed the kind of meaning of the song, and now it's not even really a Christmas song. I mean, it is, but the whole thing is like, it's more of a feeling, like, I'm so happy, I feel like a kid on Christmas. I'm at this party, shit is so dope, I'm so fucked up, I feel like a kid on Christmas.
Now, how do you feel about the chemistry, having been 4 or 5 years since you guys have, performed together?
I think it's great that we're here doing this again, man. We had a great time doing it back then. Yes. So this kind of just feels like old times again, like it seems like yesterday we were just doing this, so... I feel like we haven't really We haven't really missed a beat.
We missed the burp. I wanted the burp on the mic.
No, you don't. Well, we got a lot more dance tracks coming because
You like to dance. I've been checking out the B-roll from the video, and you really like to, shake it up.
Well, he was in the Kicking It old school.
Some of us know the story behind you guys getting together, not the whole story. I'm just going to ask you this question. What made Stu worthy of you trusting him to move onto your property for the time being? Because he has one of those famous Hollywood, I lived in the guest house of, so-and-so and started working with them soon after type of thing. So
Stu, I've always, like I said, we've worked on cartoons together. I mean, that's why we're rappers, because we can do voices, and rapping is an extension of that. And he needed a place to stay, and I was like rapping for fun, and he was rapping for good. So I was like, damn, you're just really good. I mean, you're short and Jewish, but you're really, if you take that away from yourself, anyone would think that you're just a legitimate hardcore.
They would just think I'm like tall and Christian.
Yeah, you'd be like a hardcore, rapper.
what's going to be different this time around?
I think, we had a lot of time. We first of all, when we worked together last time, we spent a lot of time together. Like, we were literally together every day for like 3 years. Yes. So, anybody would just go crazy after that amount of time. You look at anybody who shot reality shows together, the Hogans, the Kardashians, Nick Lachey and Jessica Simpson.
The Osbournes.
It never ends up well.
You want to punch each other in the face.
Like,
if you're married, you want to kick your wife out.
I think the fact that we never actually slept together kind of helped it so that we didn't have that drama.
Sleep with February and March. It was a couple of months in a magazine. I don't want to say anything.
But I will say that it's easier. Enough time kind of passed by. He had his whole thing where he whispered with ghosts, and I was off doing Sunday Night Stew on the web. And
I was in a relationship, a wonderful relationship. I almost got married. You were in a relationship. You were almost tying it down, and then it kept pulling back into the game.
It seems like every time we're both single, we end up becoming great friends again.
Yeah, and when we're together, get away from me.
You guys should probably get married.
When I have a girlfriend, you can't come near me.
No, he's one of those guys that gets locked down.
We're bad influences. And what about you?
Locked down.
Locked down. Let's get locked down.
But honestly,
girls come after him with golf clubs, so.
Yeah, he was on the phone with me when that happened.
I was there. I helped.
He actually kept
I recorded it, and I said, get a 9-iron, have more metal in it.
But all jokes aside, we have this kind of comedic kind of chemistry that worked really well on the show.
From the mean streets of Hollywood comes the true story of two friends making the move from acting to rapping.
1984, lying in the grass. First time I ever got some ass. Pop rocks in my mouth. Wanna go south?
Are you serious?
Me, I'm rapping.
You rap. Pipe. As soon as you do that, over.
How am I gonna blow up in LA?
Jamie Kennedy's Blowin' Up. Watch Jamie Kennedy and me, Stu Stone, as we claw our way to the top.
Hey, Mom, I'm doing a local commercial.
I'm the mattress Mac. I got a king-size mattress that's good for your back.
So I tell people, did you watch the show Blowin' Up? And they're like, what? And the show that Bob Saget reinvented his career through.
Show him some affection.
Then he walked up, wound up in cold clock deck.
I want to take it back to that moment because I thought it was an amazing show and I was waiting for the second season. But what happened? Were they offended by the state-of-the-art black prosthetic makeup? I mean,
I'll let you answer that one.
Well, Jamie's green today, and he's been other colors before, and some of them are more offensive than others, I guess. No, I would say that the show was good. It just we were ahead of our time, maybe. I don't know. Our humor was a little bit up here.
We were definitely ahead of our time. And then now, if you look at what our show was, it was two white guys who were funny, but with good beats. Now it's kind of like comical white rap is accepted, but we're not
accepted. We were kind of like, we used to do videos, and we would get like the #1 video on YouTube, and we'd go to the record company and be like, we got the #1 video on YouTube, and they'd be like, what's YouTube?
We at one time had the #1 music video on YouTube. That was us. The #1. And then one time we had the #1 podcast.
We had the #1 song on MySpace back in the day. Shout out to MySpace.
Yeah,
but,
we did. Our song was 300,000 stolen downloads. It was tracked by Warner Brothers. The internet was just blowing up.
And it didn't mean anything to them at the time. We'd be like, we got 1 million downloads this week. And they'd be like, so? And now if you do that, you're like huge.
Because the music was actually pretty fresh, people weren't sure if you were being serious or not. And that kind of threw some, like, the morons off. Like, are they joking? Are they not joking? Is there, like, what kind of fine line are you guys trying to...
It's interesting you say that, because now I look at LMFAO, and they're like, their music is... Yeah, LMFAO. Their music is great. and they're hilarious.
Play chess with those guys outside of Coffee Bean.
It's true. That was them?
Yeah.
That was them. Wait, that was him?
He used to play.
I'm looking at the Red Foo.
Red Foo is a hell of a chess player. He used to sit outside of Coffee Bean playing any homeless person that would play against him. And Perez Hilton's inside working on his blog
Wait a
at
minute,
that
'cause
Coffee
I'm
Bean.
looking at him going, I know that fro.